Can I get a mic check? Mic check. Can I mic check? Check 1 2. Alright, cool. So as you guys can tell, today was a successful day. I saw a lot of traders out there, losing some money today. I felt this coming for a little bit. Yesterday was a green day. Today was another green day. I'm starting to really get back into the rhythm of things now. I mean, it's been about a month, since I've been back, and it's time for me to really start to saddle down and, really start to, try and prepare ourselves for the upcoming markets, and especially this next year. And, over the past couple months, I've been on vacation and stuff like that, so I'm starting to get back into the swing of things, starting to really learn how things run again, kind of just getting my thought process back. I'm already starting to look at earnings plays, but today was honestly probably about 15 trades, and I would say 14 of them were green. 13 or 14 of them were green. We took quite a few trades today, quite a few scalps throughout the day. Couple of big winners on OTLK and SFPT. Took another pretty big winner on TEDU. That was an overnight yesterday from 123. High day hits 188. A beauty on TEDU. I'll go ahead and pull that up. So yesterday, I was looking at TEDU like right in here. I had my entry at 109. Where's my Robinhood? So I post my overnight ideas in the room. Free link in the description below if you want to come check that out. I just post overnight ideas, which were like something that I'm watching on my screen. Basically, is what it is. Something that I feel like is worth watching at least. Keep an eye on to maybe make a move on if you need to. If you don't do it. If you have no confidence, don't do it. But there's just ideas, just like the scanner spits out ideas. My ideas are the same as the scanner, hopefully better. These are the stocks that are like my top watches really for an overnight idea, because a lot of times these stocks can gap up. But you can see here, we had TEDU on our overnight idea at 123, and this thing today went to almost 190. We might have tapped. No, we didn't quite tap it. 188 looks like was the highs off that TEDU overnight. I was also in the Elite Swing Room. I posted this. I post every now and again if I see like a solid setup. But what I really liked about this setup, guys, is that it had 15 red candlesticks on the daily. Okay, 15 red candlesticks on the daily. We bottomed at 91. We have seen this literally sell off constantly. Okay, we breached that level, built higher lows, bottomed at 91, never breached that level. We built higher lows off of it. There was an ascend triangle breakout at $1, which is literally textbook. If there's an ascend triangle breakout at $1, I'm taking that trade 1,000 out of 1,000 times. Especially with the 15 red candles in a row. We finally got a bottom. It held. Then it was building higher lows off small volume. And I posted it for a multi-day, multi-week swing idea. And that was at about $1.09, $1.08 basically. So that was a beauty. And today was the day we had the runner. Now, I actually sold this into the close. I got like a 125 or 124 fill into the close from a 109 entry, and I also took half of my U stock position off as well. Let's type in TEDU here. I traded this one a lot on both Robinhood and U stock. This was actually after I traded yesterday, was my swing trade intraday. So you can see here, You know, I'm buying this 20,000 shares at 108 all the way back in here. I just missed this break. So you can see there's a 91 low over here that you can't see, okay? And then there was a, we tried to retest it, but we held 92 cents, and then we slowly built higher lows into an ascend triangle above $1. And that's where we got the rip. And I saw this on the scans immediately. That's how I caught this play. It started popping up on the scans, and I remember I had it on my watch list yesterday because we had seen 14 red days in a row. And then once it popped up on the scanner, I immediately, it was just about, I think it popped up at like 101 or 102 on the volume scan, because it really had no volume until I broke that $1. I took my entry there at 108. I had the shot to take it at 104, 105, but I waited a bit too long. I took another ad there at 7,500 shares. Yeah, Robinhood has been glitching. At 110. I took another 20,000 shares at 110. So I was in with a total of about 40,000. 705 or 40,700. What am I saying? 47,500 shares. And then I sold some. I sold actually at the end of the day there at 122, which is my 47,500 shares, for a total profit about 12 cents a share gain. I was trying to get filled up in there, but it gave me a terrible fill. And then you can see me here buying it this morning again. So this was obviously on my watch list. Not out of the gates, but let's see if this let's see what happens if I go like this. Oh, it still goes away. Okay, hold on. See what happens if I go like this. It's probably gonna go away again. Yep. Okay. I have to move this over here. So you can see here, this had a nice little little slow gap down here. We had a nice gap down here, and we actually hit 109 again, 108, 109. And you could have gotten filled down in here for a red-green kind of move. This thing immediately shoots back up, pops up on the scanner again on our momentum scanner, right in here on this volume spike. I think we actually caught it on the dip buy in here. And then this thing kind of chops up, right? And I'm thinking, okay, this thing showed a little bit of movement. Not enough confirmation for me yet. Kind of lighter volume. And then we slowly kind of built higher lows, perked up higher lows. Right in here was where I got interested because the volume was starting to come in, and this was no longer like probably 1 or 2 people or 5 people. This was like a group of people right here where I started to realize, okay, build higher lows, we hit this low, now we're building higher lows, okay, continues to build higher lows. Alright, this is getting weird. This keeps going higher. Took my entry at, you can see here, 135 at 10:55 Eastern Standard, which is 7:55 Pacific, which is right there. 7:55 Pacific is right there. And then you can see I took off 5,000 shares at 138. About 20 minutes later. And then I took off some more at 139, took off some more at 143, some more at 143, and I missed this huge spike, unfortunately. But that's just the way that trading goes. So I missed that huge spike, and I got back long here at 160. I added some more. You can see I took 10,000 shares at 160, another 2,500 shares at 157, another 2,500 shares at 157, another 5,000 shares at 157. And then I added again. So I told myself if we get under that 157 mark, I'm going to add pretty big, risking off 150 in VWAP. So I added right on this dip in here. So you can see here where my big ad was 20,000 shares at 1202. So that's 902. So let's go on ahead and look down here. So 902 is literally right on that dip. So I added another 20,000 shares on that dip. And then here I am limit selling 10,000 at 163, another 10,000 at 161. So a nice little, 8 cents a share gain. Kind of taking small winners today, but it seemed to help me. It seemed to really kind of get my momentum back. I kept taking winners on these scalps. I took some more off at 175, which is another 5,000 shares from my original 157 average. And then I took another 5,000 shares off at 173, and then I took another 10,000 off at 168. Then I re-added at 178 at 120, so that's 1220, 1120, 1020. So 1020 would be like right here, because we're still building higher lows. And then this thing pops right up to 188. Somehow I got a terrible fill. The bid was at 183, but I got fill at 179, so only 1 cent a share gain. But still a winner. Still won about $200 on that one. So a solid day there. OTLK was another one today that I traded, guys. OTLK was one of the runners today. Let's pull that up now. Wow, this one actually held. Whoa, 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 whoa. Interesting stuff. Keep this one on watch for tomorrow. I bet you shorts got squeezed right there, because all these things have been falling back to where they started, but this thing, wow, it actually held. That's weird. But anyways, OTLK today, guys. Let's see. So here I am buying at 234, 937, so 637. Right in here, I'm buying on this breakout. Good thing I did. I chased a tad because I actually was getting filled on SFPT, which didn't work out. But I mean, it did work out. It was a solid winner, but not like exactly like how it should be. 234 fill there, right on that 637 mark, which is right there. I really wish that, I would have been focused on this one a little bit more, because it was either going to be SFPT, or this one, and I chose SFPT, and I bought the dip, and it ripped up, which was nice. But this one was a big ripper, and went from lows of 209 all the way to 289. So about a 40% move. That's a solid move there. But you can see me getting filled 15,000 shares. I'm chasing a little bit at 234. I chased so much that I took some off. I took it all off actually for 7 cents a share gain. A nice little $1,100 there. And then I re-added at 9:39, which is 2 minutes later. And I took another 4 cents a share, so another couple $100 right in this move in here. Massive volume coming in. And then I took another 269 trade there, and I made another $300 on that one. Took another 273 trade, and then I took a loss, a 13 cents a share loss, about a $1,200 loss there. That was my big loss, and then I was like, all right. I took 30,000 shares at 273 here at 9:45, because it felt like this one had the chasing FOMO that we've seen over the past week. It's something that I've been going over, guys. So the chasing FOMO that I've been trying to cover was so right in here, and I felt like we had that FOMO, so I bought right in here, and I actually sold into that pop right there. So I took about 10 cents a share, which is about what is that? 82, about $2,800 right there on a quick little trade. 9:45 was my buy, and 9:46 was my sell. So in about a minute, I made $2,800 on that scalp. Good thing I took it off right there because it came flying back down. And then I bought some more. I bought 10,000 shares at 256 at 10:04. Just like right somewhere in here. And then I took it off into that pop, which actually came back up to 267. I took it off 263 for another $700, and then I took another trade at 263, 269 off there for another, $700. So all in all these trades, I took all winners except one. So it felt kind of good, man. It felt, even though there was like okay, so how many trades did I take here? So I took, let's see, so I bought here at 234, so that's 1 trade, 2 trade, 3 trade, 4 trade, 5 trade, 6 trade, 7 trade. So I took 7 trades on OTLK, 6 winners, 1 loser. And that felt really good. I mean, they weren't necessarily, huge wins. I was taking it off the table, but it felt better because I wasn't so exposed. I wasn't so at risk. I wasn't going to get caught up in anything. I took my entries where I wanted to, and I took my scalps where I wanted to. I obviously didn't have enough confidence to hold. If I would have held, I could have made a little bit more money. Same with TEDU. But at the end of the day, guys, I'm up $23,000 today on basically like playing it smart, scalping, and maybe that's, I'm not really a scalp trader, especially when I make my big days like this, but when trading on Robinhood, I realized, like, U-Stock, I used to scale out into positions, but I don't do that as much on Robinhood. But it seems like when I'm scalping like that, and I'm entering in on low-risk setups or like low-risk entry zones, and I feel comfortable with it, that I can take it off the table, and I'm no longer like stressed in the stock. So But you guys are going to see me hold things like WKHS, where I hold it from $1.20 all the way up to 280 and lock in that huge gain of, like, I think it was like 140,000 or 150,000. And I held that the whole day. But today was one of those days where I felt like I needed to take things off the table. I wanted to play smart. I wanted to play safe. When I saw profits, I took them. And then the other one was SFPT. And this one was, unfortunately, this one didn't have the continuation, but one of them was going to. And I thought this was going to be it because I felt like it was a lower float. But I was wrong. And this is my first play of the day, SFPT. So we had a wick there, that wick right there. That wick was the same as GHSI. And then I was thinking we could get a rip above pre-market highs, just like GHSI. But we really started to show some weakness. So you can see here, I'm going long here. I took my shares at 173, and I filled 30,841 shares. I was looking for 40,000 shares, but I only got filled 30,841 shares at 173. Again, a great entry on that. And you can see me scaling out at 190 and 191, and then I took the rest off at 186 on this fail move back down. So if we zoom in here, we saw this candlestick, right? And then we saw 1, 2, 3 candlesticks in a row where it was like, all right, this is moving, this is great, this is good stuff. I took a little bit off before the $2 whole, took about a third off before the $2 break, and then I was probably going to let the rest fly. But, because I was expecting a pre-market high break, but we never got that. And it looks really heavy. Like, I was watching the level 2 in time and sales, and the stock looked like it was going to, well, like it was going to fail because of the time and sales in the level 2. I mean, so many prints were going through, and it was like a fake wall was there, where like at one, so I think it was like at 198, where like it would not penetrate it, or 199. So it looked really heavy, so I took another 10,000 off, and then I told myself if we break below 190, I'm going to take the rest off, and we broke below 190 because it looked so heavy, and I took the rest off at 186. So a solid winner there, but that's not what I was looking for. And then you can see here, so I took my entry right out of the gates, I think. What time was it at? Well, it says canceled, so I have to look at this. So at 9:36, I sold some of that. My last sales were at 9:38, and then I think my first position on OTLK was after that, right? So right before it, actually. So I still had some buying power. So right before I scaled my last, I took some at 9:37, and then I sold at 9:39, and then I took some more at 9:39. Okay, so you get the picture there. On U stock, we're up another $2,000 today. TEDU, I made a couple trades on this one. So I took. So you can see me getting long down here at 140. Or wait, no. How is that? Wait a minute. Oh, yeah. So I sold my overnight. I overnighted. I still had half my position on my overnight on TDU. I overnighted there. I took off the rest at 140 for my 109 entry on this. That was my last share size on that. Sells. And then I got back long. 157. Right, and I took it off at 175, partially filled, sells, and then sells, right, and then I added again, I think, at 170, and then I'm still buying, took it off at 180, and then buying more at 174, took it off at 184, 179. So I scaled out in there and I never took another trade after that. So I think all winners on here as well. Let's see if I can get back to that's what I wanted there. So green day overall. TEDU, and if I took a small loss on CYAR. Oh, CYAR was another winner I took on that. CYAR, where was that? So CYAR, I took a trade on this one. because I felt like Blue Apron, you're going to get a reverse split pump. Basically, yesterday when I saw JAG-X go from like 310 to like 380, that was a big move. That was a big sign where JAG-X took that move because people are willing to chase reverse splits, and so I knew CYAR was a reverse split. So I think I got long. My average was like 860, and I scaled out on the Holt up here. I took it all off on that Holt at 971 because I saw the first Holt. Like this was the first Holt, right? And then it Holted, and then it came back down. And then I took my long somewhere in that Holt right there. Or that. Let's see. So you see here, 5,000 shares at 895, 950. So yeah, so I took it like right. I think when the Holt opened up, because I felt like there was a decent ask at $9 right there, and I thought it was gonna dip and rip. But we ended up coming all the way back down to like under $7, and I almost took it off. I almost took my trade off because I wasn't about to see a bunch of slippage. But we held up, and I added a little bit more at 834. I added a little bit more at 860. And then you can see me, excuse me guys, you can see me take off 2,000 shares at 965, and this 971 fill was into the Holt. You can see here 958. Because I did not want to get stuck, so 6:58 Pacific time. I did not want to get stuck in the Holt whatsoever. That was just not something I was willing to do. Because then I saw this one gap down. I felt like this was going to gap down. It did. It actually touched another high, but then sold off, and then we're just kind of consolidating throughout the day. But overall today, guys, green day, up about $23,000. It feels good to kind of be back. A lot of you guys have been asking about the scanner. I wanted to kind of post that. So you can see here we had on our scanner yesterday, we had GHSI caught at 143 right here. And then it gave you time to get in on this dip. So what it does is it puts it on your radar, and then you would have had it on your radar. Then this dipped down to underneath 140 to the 138 range. And then it starts coming back up. 143, 143, 143, 144, 145. Okay, you can see those alerts, and this thing went 113.2% from those alerts on a Normac no low float momentum scan. The scanner is in the link in the description below. You'll also need trade ideas, which is also in the link below. Make sure to use the discount code CAM15. I always show the scans at the end of the stream, and then there's also first alert on our volume scanner on TEDU. Yeah, so we had it on our volume scan here, pop up at 110. 110, guys. That's some pretty crazy stuff right in there. We saw that volume kick in, and our first alert on our volume scan was 110. And that's how I started putting it on my radar. And here's one on our first alert on our momentum scan at 223. This thing ran almost 30% to 289. Our Normac no low float momentum scan. These links are all in the description below. I use the all-in-one scanner. So the all-in-one scanner is right here. Post that link in the top chat. Okay. And then also, you also need trade ideas as well. So think of like the scanner as a one-time payment. It's like you're paying for a car. You pay for it all cash. The all-in-one is $499.99. Put also a link to trade ideas there. And then you're done. You don't have to ever pay again. Now, trade ideas, for example, is not the same way. So here's the all-in-one. Here is all the single scans that are already in this all-in-one. And then you get a bunch of add-ons like the gap up, the gap down, social media scan, Holt resume scan, float rotation scan, etc., etc. Here's trade ideas. You click that link. You type in the discount code. So this is where you pay for the gas of a car. This is monthly recurring or yearly recurring. You have to pay for this every year, every month. So I'll put it right here. CAM15. So you save $340 on that, which is awesome to see. That's the scanner that I use. Couldn't trade without it. Again, it's like trading blind in the markets. You're never going to know what you're trading. Anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed today's stream. I kind of just wanted to go over the trades today. I hope that you guys, like I said, enjoyed it. I will see you guys tomorrow, okay? Check out the free link in the description below to check out our free chat. That's where I spend all my time. All the links in the description below. Check those out. And I'll see you guys tomorrow, okay? Cheers, team, and go Emps.